like to say shalom, giving all praises to Yahawashi. Also give a double honors to the elders of GMS, honors to the Akim, peace and blessings to the brothers and sisters that listen, the hopeful elect. Like to go into faith, man. Be a quick lesson on faith. And which we all know, what is faith? Hebrews 11:1. The substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, man. Your belief in the higher power, okay, the invisible power, man. Knowing that power would work on your behalf. And we gonna need to have that, man. Okay, these are one of the basic, that's the basic principles of the Bible, man. It's faith, man. And that's the basic principle of this truth. You have to first believe in the Most High, okay? In order for us to keep the commandments, in order for us to do the work, the first principle thing is faith. In order to know you're an Israelite, everything is based off faith, because we don't have the records, okay? According to the Bible, man, it's not about seeing, it's about believing. All right. And I'm going to go ahead quick. Like Yahawashi said in Luke 18:8, when the Son of Man come, will he find faith on the earth? All right. And one of the main things that got him upset with people and also his own disciples, was their lack of belief. All right. Because of their unbelief, man. That's one of the main things that got Yahawashi upset. Okay. People's lack of faith. But we'll read a quick precept. Mark chapter 5, verse 22. Mark 5:22. It says, and behold, there cometh one out of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name. And when he saw him, he fell at his feet. Whose feet? Yahawashi. And besought him greatly, saying, my little daughter lieth at the point of death. I pray thee, come and lay thy hands on her, that she may be healed, and she shall live. So this man, in order for him to have asked that, he had to believe that the Messiah is even capable of doing that. All right? We're going to keep reading. And Yahawashi went with him, and much people followed him and thronged him. And a certain woman, which had an issue of blood 12 years, and had suffered many things of many physicians, and had spent all that she had, was nothing bettered, but rather grew worse. So this woman had a certain illness for 12 years. And she went to physician, doctors, and nobody could do anything for her. And she started deteriorating. It started getting worse. All right? Let me read on. It says, and when she heard of Yahawashi, who people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, his real name is Yahawashi, man. He saves or he delivers. Came in the press behind and touched his garment. And this show you how much faith that this woman had. She said, for she said, if I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole. So she knew, just based on touching Yahawashi, she would be healed, man. That's faith right there, man. That's faith, man. Okay, and that's the type of faith that we're going to need in these last days, man. No matter what problems or adversity that we come up against, okay, or gets thrown our way, if we have faith, man, like the Lord said, you should be able to tell a mountain to move, and it's supposed to be able to move. Okay? Whatever obstacle that's in your way, if you have faith, the Most High is going to remove it, man. So I advise brothers and sisters to read that Hebrews 11th chapter, because it gives you examples of our forefathers and the trials that they went through. And the main thing that got them through was their belief in the Most High, man. And that's why Esau can't get this, because his whole thing is logic and reasoning. Okay, seeing is believing to him. That's where he comes up with his hypothesis. Nah, the main thing about this truth is your faith, man. And then you keep the commandments and have works. All right, the main thing is faith. I'm gonna keep reading. And straightway the foundation of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague. And Yahawashi, immediately knowing in himself what virtue had gone out from him, turned him about in the press and said, who touched my clothes? So the Lord wanted to know who touched me. I felt virtue leave from me, man. Because why? The woman had an illness. She was unclean. And we read on. And his disciples said unto him, Thou seest the multitude thronging thee, and sayest thou, who toucheth me? So the disciples looking at the Lord like he was bugged out. Like, yo, it's mad people here, and you gonna ask who touched you? Everybody's touching you. And he looked round about to see her that had done this thing. And the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what was done in her, came and fell down before him and told him all the truth. So she had what? She also had humility. Right? Another key ingredient in this truth, man, being humble, man. And that's how you got to be when you come before the Most High. You have to be humble, man. And you have to admit your wrongdoings as well. Okay? Read on. And he said unto her, Daughter, thy faith have made thee whole. Go in peace and be whole of thy plague. So what healed her? Her faith. And you have to have faith in the name of Yahawah, the Father, Yahawashi, and the Son, man. Okay? You gotta have faith, man. You have to believe, man. But the belief in the possibility. All right? Let's read. And while he yet spake, there came the ruler of the synagogue's house certain, which said, Thy daughter is dead. Why troublest thou the master any further? So the guy, Jairus, they said that his daughter died. Because the Lord was on his way, but the woman with the illness, she got healed by touching his garment. All right, so we're going to keep reading on. It says, as soon as Yahawashi heard the word that was spoken, he said unto the ruler of the synagogue, and this is the point of the lesson, be not afraid, only believe, man. That's it. Have faith. Like the scripture says, 2 Timothy 1:7, the Most High didn't give us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind, man. Okay? The reason why people have fear is because they lack of belief, man. That's what fear comes in. Fear is the direct opposite of faith, man. The direct opposite of faith, man. The adversary of faith, man, is fear, man. Okay, so we all got to pray that the Most High boost our faith. Scripture said faith cometh by hearing, and hearing the words of the Most High. So the more you read these stories, the more it builds up your faith, man. Okay, like the man that had his son had a dumb spirit, and the Lord told him all things is possible to him that believeth. And he said, Lord, help thou my unbelief. Help me believe. So you lack in that department of faith, pray to the Lord and he'll give it to you, man. All right, let's read further on down. Where was I? What verse? Oh, he said, be not afraid, only believe. Be not afraid, only believe. And he suffered no man to follow him, save Peter, James, and John, the brother of James, which those are the top three disciples, Peter, James, and John. Let's read on. And he cometh to the house of the ruler of the synagogue, and seeing the tumult and them that wept and wailed greatly. And when he was come in, he said unto them, Why make ye this ado and weep? The damsel is not dead, but sleepeth. And they laugh him to scorn. But when he put them all out, he taketh to the father and the mother of the damsel. Yeah, because when you really understand the scriptures, there's no such thing as death, especially if you believe in Yahawashi, man. There's no such thing as death, man. Okay? The Lord promises everlasting life. And if you die in Yahawashi, you're going to be resurrected anyway. And you're going to be rewarded. Okay? Because your works go with you. All right? But let's read. So the Lord put everybody out, man, because they thought it was a joke. They thought he was crazy. He taketh the father and the mother of the damsel and them that were with him, and entered in where the damsel was lying. And he took the damsel by the hand and said unto her, Talitha cumi, which is being interpreted, Damsel, I say unto thee, arise. And straightway the damsel arose and walked, for she was of the age of 12 years. And they were astonished with great astonishment, man. And he charged them straitly that no man should know it, and commanded that something should be given her to eat. You see, and he could have only done that miracle on Jairus' behalf because he believed. That's one of the main things he always asks people before he healed them. Do you believe that I can do this? Do you have faith, man? All right. So like the scripture says, man, be not afraid, only believe. So, I hope, brothers and sisters, this lesson was a quick one, but hopefully it was a faith booster. All right. With that, I'm going to say, giving all praise, Yahawah Shemi Al Shah, and Lord willing, he be with us elect in these last days. And I'm going to say shalom.